And welcome back. The second half of episode 4. So this is the third quarter, I guess. Math.
Hockey rules. We're in the third period.
That's right.
True.
Shift change.
That could almost work. We could be in the third period, the worst of all periods.
I'm a Red Wings fan. All periods are the worst periods.
Oh, all right.
Anyway.
On that one.
God damn it. So the crew has made it to Fort Iron Hand. They've assessed further situation, further options, decided on a course of sneaking their dumbasses up to the wall and up and over, some in style, some in anti-style, and the others just normally. It just did it. So yeah, you end up on the other side of the wall. And there you look around. Bix obviously pulls himself out of the ground that he's in. And there's no one really around. You just hear now more of a bit of a loosely drowned out hum of combat beyond the wall on the opposite side. Where you are, because you're now basically in the back of the base. And so it's like on the front, on the other side is all the combat. And it's still kind of the same old humdrum that you've heard, just a little quieter. What is the next course of action?
Captain, I'll secure the speeder truck and make sure it's operational. You find everything valuable with the other guys.
All right.
Yeah, so I want to make sure that my climbing gear is all secured, right? I want to get all that down.
Sure.
Make sure I have all my shit stowed. And then, do we know where the medical supplies are actually, or no? Do we ever figure that out? No, we don't. Okay, great.
We gotta let us look around for it.
Then I want to try to roll a perception check, find footprints, track, whatever it is, try to get to the nearest Imperial and pump him for information.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see the. It has to be perception. I mean, it's kind of tracking. It's also partly survival if it's tracks, but you can do kind of either. Do 3 purple. It's a hard roll.
All right. Let's see.
And thanks for the Prime game.
It's under combat. I hate the way that this shit works. All right, so if we are... All right, we'll say I'm tracking, because that's a thing. I'm pretty sure they're the same anyway. Perception and survival are the same. Yeah, so I'll roll survival to track. And I do so in half the time by virtue of expert tracker.
Sure.
So purple, this. Roll some dice. All right.
Okay. Pretty straightforward. You don't find any Imperials, but as Nard is going towards to assess the truck and the speeders, in the back of the base, which you're already at the back of the base, but as he goes there, you find like a group of tracks of familiar Imperial like boot prints going to and from the truck and the speeders to a point that just ends, and it's just like a spot in the near the back wall, but it doesn't go up against the wall. It just stops like 2 meters before it, and it just seems to just like there's like half a boot prints and stuff that will like note that.
Right. All right. So then I want to start trying to kneel down and start pushing the sand out of the way.
Yeah, and you uncover like a plate covering of like a lift or something of sorts.
Sure. Okay. Is there a control panel, or does it have like a ring that I can like lift it up with? Or
there would be probably like a maybe like a I don't know if there would be like a key card access. Maybe something like that. I don't think there'd be anything physical. They might be like more of like a digital type of input, very subtle, like very small, like I say, like simply like a key card or like an electronic key itself. But there's no like physical like pulling anything up or anything to it. There's no.
Right. Is there anyone else around?
Other than you guys? Nope.
All right, so Nard's working on the speeder truck. What's the rest of my team doing right now? Guys?
I'll let the other two talk.
Then his first instruction would be to tell Nard that if he sees anything getting dangerous, contact immediately. Other than that, he's also going to start looking around for medical supplies, first and foremost. We just
Got
try
this.
and get to the... So what?
I got this.
Good to hear that. Now, the rest of us, we need to find a way into that base and find where the medical supplies are. As well as trying to get a hold of any other weapons, and data, and important valuables we can to pay back the castle jockeys for their hopefully being able to keep the Quasar Raiders out.
So I'll start using my ruffled history of how a Republic base would, so massively out of date, to try and see where they would keep the medical facilities.
Yeah, right. Well, I was just gonna interject real quick and say,
Yep.
Save yourself, Krakowsk. I have found what appears to be an entrance to some sort of subterranean storage facility. Droid, come here.
Yeah, okay.
I turn towards Kato. Furthermore, I am leery of trusting such mercenary types, especially since we have owed them nothing and they have done us no favors before.
They're doing us a favor now. If they don't carry through, then well,
No services thus rendered. I trust them not. What do you make of it, droid?
Useful for now. Yeah, they're expendable if we don't need them.
And if
The
they
door.
Oh, the door! Okay.
and if they can't help
It
us
looks
stop
like it's a door in the floor. Oh, you want me to open it?
Quickly before I dismantle you.
So the question is, what I'm going to do, since I'm not really good at picking locks, I am going to try to mechanically take this thing apart to see if I can activate it. Or if
You can
there's
roll
a direct,
computers now.
or if there's direct access, I would be just wiring in for computer access.
You can try the wiring in. Well, you can try either of them. It will just change the difficulty. I mean, taking the thing apart will take time, even if it is accomplishable.
Yeah, let's first do the softer one with the thing that I won't destroy the mechanics yet.
Yeah.
So let's try computers first.
All right, 3 purple.
3 purple. Doot, doot. Computadora.
Okay.
That's like, have you rolled less than 4 successes on a check tonight?
I don't know. I'm doing
Jesus.
amazing, and I don't know why.
My man's is killing it over here.
Pretty much.
Holy crap.
Yeah, you managed to get into the very small access bit. You work your magic for, well, not too much time at all, given all your successes. It's relatively quick, and you're like, oh, I recognize some of this code. Okay, it's just over here. You got to plug in this, type in the command.exe, and, work through that. And then, yeah, sure enough, you hear the sound of, like, mechanisms and machinery coming to life, and then the panel kind of pops open, and the elevator to this, like, the elevator shaft thing kind of comes up, and it's just the top platform thing.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
The threat was it was a smidgen loud.
I sort of cock my head a little bit. Well done.
Thanks!
No idea if you're being sarcastic, true, or anything. He's going to react the same way.
I mean, I was being sincere, but you
Yeah.
know, your loud crackling vocoder. Thank you. Quiet.
It's like nails on a chalkboard.
There's the
to him.
disadvantage.
Yeah. There's the threat.
I'm my own threat.
Yeah.
So how does this manifest? Right? Is this like a man-sized pod that sort of ejects from the sand, or like how does it work?
So the panel like cover tips up, and then it comes up with probably could fit like 3 people standing like shoulder to shoulder as like a platform. I imagine.
Wow. Okay, so this is bigger than I thought it was.
It's got some size to it. It's got some, well, that's side to side and a bit of width, I guess, as well. To carry.
So this thing's like 9 feet by 9 feet.
9, maybe like 7 by 6 or so, 7 by 5, maybe somewhere in there.
Okay. I mean, it fits 3 men abreast and probably 2 or 3 deep. So.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So okay, so it's sizable. I was
Yeah.
expecting like a 1-man, like.
No,
Okay, cool, great.
It's it's there, and it's just it just elevates up to just the part that you would stand on, and then it's got like a couple railing things that come up on the side, and one of them has the control panel on it. It's nothing
Sure.
like, it's not like a pod where it's got like a roof and all this like walls on the inside. It's playing like elevator music. It's a basic simple cargo elevator that's discreet. You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
just that.
And so, with my advantage from the last check, do I know if this was used recently or not?
I mean, yeah, I mean that with the tracks, it's the tracks were fairly fresh, and
They're fresh.
they cut
Okay.
right into this part of the elevator. So yeah, it seems like it's pretty frequently used.
Okay, so this presumably drops down into immediate Imperial territory. All right, so then I will stand and say, we have found our ingress, but beware. We are likely to encounter Imperial presence beneath.
Gator's gonna like pull off his concealing robes and have his laminate armor underneath. Reach out to his pack, pull out his shock gauntlets. Well, let's be prepared for it then.
It's a good thing I can see in the dark, since grooves are about.
But there's
Fuckers.
not ruse.
Wouldn't be
There's
an
not
RPG
a
if someone
there's no
would say,
gazebo.
I have
though,
dark
right?
vision.
Right.
Sorry.
We'll be fine as long as we don't meet a gazebo.
Jesus, what was that?
Comlink.
Fucking just throwing stuff around on his desk.
Someone's throwing shit on him.
All right, what is the next course of action?
What do?
What?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna board the elevator, and draw my like large vibro cleaver.
I'll board as well and pull out my little pistol.
Such
I gave you guys the YouTube reference video for my like giant vibro ripper death sword, right? All right, cool. Just making sure.
It's like the complete
Just making
compare and contrast between the two of you when Tarka steps on and he's got his big weapon, and then Bix, just the stick of a Bix, just walking on and
I'm ready.
yeah, right. All right, the other two.
I call mockingly from the elevator. You, new flesh. Let's see what you can do with those pistols. Earn your keep, and perhaps you may stay.
Oh. Oops.
Can't hear you.
No, still can't hear you. Mr. Technical Difficulties himself.
The captain doing though? Yeah, shock contest. Does he also board?
Yeah, like your shit's lighting up, but we can't hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be the word I would
Yep,
use too.
exactly.
If you can get like cards, you can just.
Right, yeah, we'll do it by.
How are you on miming? Charades, first word.
I mean,
Right.
if I knew ASL, but I don't.
Right. I really wish I did.
I have a manual of how to learn it. I meant to actually like get my certification for it and just never did.
My sister-in-law teaches it
It's a useful skill.
in high school
I mean,
for
Yeah,
high
you make
schoolers.
a lot of money doing that shit.
I mean,
No.
the only ASL I know is what everybody knows is that
Dirty ones.
I know this is I love you.
Yep.
But also like Hail Satan.
Well, yeah.
Well,
It's very
extend the
similar.
thumb. It's Hail Satan, but it's
Um,
and what's baby? There's I know like
Hello?
simple
Hello?
words.
we kind of heard you. You were very quiet.
Oh.
Try again.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, there it is.
Is that even better?
There we go.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Ugh, goddamn computer.
All right.
All right. Yeah, so I think he's like, well, yeah, everybody's got to work. I don't see anything that needs a shooting right now, though. So how's about I just watch your backs and all and keeps an eye out for this medical equipment and all that jazz.
I look expectantly as though like, is that all you have to say? And I sort of roll my eyes and just say, fine, just get aboard.
Sure. Yeah, and he climbs on.
Rakowsk, will you stay here or come with us?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going with you. To find
No, we are to leave the large warm blood here to fix the truck.
Yeah. You'll be okay up here as well. Yes, not?
You will be
And
well
you're
if
all
you are
right
ambushed.
being out there by your lonesome?
Expect communications to problems to be a thing if you're going downstairs.
All righty. I just want you to realize you're tangoing solo up there with all them fellers.
I got this.
I imagine Nard just like using his upper arms to fix shit underneath the truck while like flexing and giving us the middle finger with the other two from beneath the truck. Right? Just like, shut up, guys, go away. I got this.
Yeah, so it seems like our friend there's got it under control. So, Tarka, go ahead and leave the way.
Bring us down.
So all four of you go down. Just to be clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Machine, the elevator makes its descent. It's not as smooth as most. There's no elevator music. Oh, unless you're making the elevator music.
Yes.
He totally is.
It's a rough trip. It's not like the normal elevators that are like quick and because I keep wanting to say the word turbo lift, but that's Star Trek. That's the other Star. I don't think they're turbo lifts in Star Wars. They're just
No, turbo
Pulse.
lifts are Star Wars.
Yeah.
I think they're just lifts.
No, they're definitely turbo lifts. Turbo lifts are definitely Star Wars.
Huh?
It's
Okay.
200% a thing. Yep, see, there's the link. Yep.
You guys are talking.
Where
Just,
the girl?
But I mean, this doesn't like this is not a turbo lift. This shouldn't be a turbo lift. This
No.
is a lift. Like it's probably going down two
that's the
stories.
point.
A turbo
It's
lift is
not. It's not a.
Yeah.
It's not a turbo lift. It's a rugged lift. It's a
Utility
very
lift.
yeah. So it's kind of a bumpy, kind of gritty ride down.
Right.
Nothing really fancy. You get the usual like Imperial lights on the side of it that kind of give you the only vision as you kind of descend in, because you don't even have like walls or anything around you between you and the elevator shaft at this point. Like it's just you on the lift. And then as you get down the like second towards the actually, which floor do you enter, Bix? Like, 'cause I think you were the one at the controls. Like, you have options for 2 basement levels. Which one do you hit?
Below.
Do we want to go to the very bottom where we can probably find something, or, the most dangerous section, or the mid level where we can find maybe nothing, but also something maybe a little less secure?
This down. Easier to fight our way up.
Roger, roger.
And he hits the down button all the way.
All right, so you hit basement 2. So yeah, well, as you start hitting towards basement 2, you start hearing the commotion and hear the footfalls of movement and the the kind of sort of familiar comms, not really helmeted comms as much though. You actually hear like people's voices and whatnot as you kind of descend down, and then when it comes to a stop and settles into the second basement, there's like probably like 9 or so of these kind of loosely, like, they're not really laminate armored, they're actually just like clothed, but like clothed in like Imperial like coats and pants and that type of stuff. But you see like Imperial officers, basically, or Imperial army people, Navy people, whatever, kind of hunkered into like defensive positions along the corridor.
Towards us?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
with their, make sure that I get to match what I have here, with blaster pistols pointing to you. They don't open fire. There's like that tense moment of you guys coming to a stop, and it's the 4 of you, and they're all in their like defensive spots, kind of trying to assess you and the situation as you just kind of arrived.
Pizza delivery.
Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza. You and me.
How many are there?
Like 9 or so
9.
of them along the walls.
This is just regular Imperial off.
Yeah, they're Imperial doobers.
Yeah. Like, kind of combat.
Are we
clothes.
trying to talk to these folks, or we just want to get rid of them?
You have the
That
moment to decide.
depends. The none of you interested in talking.
Yeah, we're not just getting blasted immediately, right?
No, there is a moment for you to do something.
Okay, yeah. So I have my sword like gripped high. I was like fully expecting to just have to like chop a stormtrooper in half right away. So like seeing us not getting shot at, I guess I kind of like lower my shit a bit and take like a half step out of the elevator and sort of sniff at these guys a little bit. What can I smell down here?
Fear and dead men.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's Darth Vader.
If only.
Uh,
I ignite my lightsaber and my rebreather starts. Then you will die braver than most. Darth Vader is the coolest character ever. I don't know what everyone says. Go on. Sorry.
Definitely fear. Definitely accurate to that. They seem to have not been able to keep themselves clean, so you definitely get the smell of uncleanliness for all these humans. I'm trying to think of any other things that would be smellable for emotions. You don't get the smell of too much combat. They seem to be relatively low on that scent. You don't get the same feeling that you would have gotten or scented out of all the people out in the battlefield who are like in the thick of it. They seem for the most part, maybe a little bit, but not a lot.
Sure. All right. Well, then, so like seeing this, I'm gonna like step off the elevator with my blade held like half ready, and sort of like look out at these guys. And I want to roll a coercion check,
Okay. What are you?
and I'm going to
coercing?
use a light side point to
Can
upgrade.
I assist? I'm a battle droid there, and I'm comfortable with the weapon, and I'm kind of terminatoring, just picking, the start highest because I actually
Terminator.
pretty good coercion too. Because I have a three yellow in coercion.
You have 3 yellow?
Wow.
Wow, seriously? Wait, what?
That's my social skill.
Okay,
His fingers just go
sure.
like this.
Why not? Okay, so then
Hello.
so combined we'll roll 3 yellow, 1 green, and 1 blue, I guess. Against what difficulty?
Well, what do you? What does this coercion look like? Like, what do you say or do?
So
What's the
my
goal?
attempt is basically to just tell these guys, yo, look, we're not here for your lives. We're here for the medical supplies. Get out of our way, and we won't be forced to brutally murder and eat you.
From my
Which we will,
my-
and we will be happy to do so. Like,
So
I mean, doesn't he look like he's going to steal your organs? I wouldn't let him near him. Let him
and
busy
I'll say that
himself
in
with
character.
those
I just want to know
medical
what I got to
supplies.
roll first before I say it.
And what my version of coercion would look like is that big red eyepiece that I have there starts to actually project what looks like laser points on their foreheads, on the whole crew of them. It doesn't do anything.
Oh my
It doesn't
God.
actually, like, I don't have, like, actually it's on my I do actually have a target finder on my gun, but it basically, yeah.
This is like since you're supposed to be part doctor from Voyager, so this is like when he switches into emergency command hologram.
Yeah.
And
I'm emergency termination hologram right now.
Yeah. All right, so it'd be 2 purple. That'd be what you're against for the lot of them.
All right. Yeah. So stepping forward, Bix like projects his laser beams and just stands there with his. You have what? What's your blaster?
It's a pistol. It's a big
don't you
revolver
have a
pistol.
rifle? I think you have like a carbine or something.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So he's got just a hand cannon pistol, just like aiming it
Yep.
out. Right. I'll step forward with my sword. Warm bloods. We are not here for you. The medicine is what we want. Point us to it, and we will not be forced to slay you. And I rev my vibro sword at that.
Yeah, so like the frontmost few of them or whatever are definitely like stricken and shaking a bit. Their hands are kind of wavering on their pistols, and they wow, is that actually your pistol? Jeez, I think that would be something that Jomer would have had, but okay. And so yeah, their hand wavers, they get really like nervous and angsty, and they're just kind of like you're just here for medical supplies. You're not here that you're not the men that you're not here that. Sorry.
Did I misspeak?
But throw a nice blaster in too. I'm missing part of a set. So if someone's got a nice hand cannon, I mean, like this droid, that's a nice weapon. If you got something like that, throw it in there.
I visibly roll my eyes before all of the Imperials.
Well, look, I don't got too distance. I got too short, but just the one here, it feels unbalanced. I'm sorry.
If you have such a thing on site, then we'll take that as well. But our priority is the medical supplies.
Yeah.
So
what I said.
You don't want anything else, then. You're just here for this one thing. The one thing around all that we got, and you won't.
Yeah. I mean, what else you got?
Well, I mean, and he's like, he looks to the others, and he's like, I mean, we would love a proper. We want to get off this rock. We're done with this place. I mean, you guys just came in and you finally figured it all out, and everyone's killing themselves out there. I mean, can we get some passage with you guys? He stands up from his like crouched position and is like,
I look over at my shoulder to Kato with sort of like a small curl of the side of my lip that might indicate a smile. It will
If I have
cost
any
you.
idea. I'm sorry.
It will cost you.
It will, I'm afraid. There's a lot here we would like to take with us as well. And of course, if you have any credits on you,
My captain, you
it's
see.
worth more. Money or your lives.
and he
Yeah, he'll like Kale be like walking out of the elevator as well.
sunny,
Look all its on.
sunny disposition, I'm sure.
Yep, smiling the whole time.
Good cop, bad cop, and shopping cop apparently.
A chopping cop, yeah. Um,
Mall cop.
so yeah, you
Good cop, bad cop, mall cop.
So yeah, they're still like tense and jittery and scared and everything, and they come up and they're actually, oh no, never mind, that's fine. I was like really confused by something for a second. So he stands up and he's
Yeah,
like,
I wave them on, right? As you know, like, yeah, I lower my power sword into one hand and kind of, bring them forward.
they stand up for a moment, like not really relaxed, but a little like at ease, I guess technically is would be afraid. But they stand up for a moment. They're like, I mean, we were told that some people were coming to help give us a ride off, but we lost communications from them. I mean, come on, the Moth. Maybe we can get you to talk to the Moth, and you can work out something with her.
The Moth.
Yeah, I mean, our commanding officer, right?
The Moth is still here.
Kato, Moth, that's a bounty. We should take this passage, but that's a bounty. Bounty, cash, ching, ching, credits.
They would probably know about this. I guess the Republic thing, right?
I mean, I was under the impression that the New Republic is not even like an established force now.
It's in the most infancy of infancies.
Right.
Who's paying for the Moth?
So would we know if Imperial Moths are worth money?
Yeah. How common knowledge is that? Because I can just ask Gilmore here.
Yeah, how much is
I don't
Leia
have
paying?
to.
Yeah, good question. I feel like the heads of Imperial Moths, probably not a lot. I feel like Leia's like a merciful character. She wouldn't be just like, 50,000 for dead guys. Like, nah, it doesn't seem on brand for her. She's not Jabba.
I mean, the
Many
Republic.
boyfriends died to bring us
The infancy of the Republic would probably love to get their war criminals and stuff served justice and whatnot as need be, but I'm not quite sure how much they'd be bountying them. It'd be kind of a, if you do this, thanks. You earned a a huge amount of favor with the budding
good for you for forwarding galactic justice.
Yeah, and I mean that technically could still be kind of worth something. It is still built like that's a great way to start a relationship and all. Yeah. But it
ain't cash.
I don't know if it would be like a huge like they'd be shelling out their pocketbooks for it. I mean, unless you can establish who the person is and that they have something more to them that would equal a payment. Because otherwise, if if you just bring in Joe Schmo. Moff Joe Schmo, then that might not mean something. You bring in, Tarkin, then you got some dollars potentially, right?
I mean, also like an Imperial Moff could. I mean, we're a considerably neutral faction, as my understanding of our group and our morality stems, right? So like, the fuck do we care? An inn with an Imperial moth could do well for us in the future, right? Like, I'm totally neutral as far as the Empire is concerned. I don't really care whether they live or die or whether I'm associated with them or not. I have no explicit feelings on them one way or the other. I just worked for them, so fine. We get a moth's cell phone number. Sure.
All options, sure. So yeah, they're giving a gesture to leading you towards their moth. And what do you guys do with that lead?
There's these medical supplies too, so we don't want to forget that in this rush to this moth character. But you know, I'm not so sure about just taking in with this lot. There's a lot of trouble here in the galaxy. I mean, one side of the equation or the other, and this is going hard on one side. It's one thing a couple technicians here or there, or maybe an officer, but a moth. We know what he's done, or what we're committing ourselves to here.
Also, logistics. Logistics is a
Logistics is a concern. How are you going to get all these people out? We're going to just run one ship out with all the medical supplies. Troop transport's a little bit different.
We have a truck. We'll stack them atop one another if we need to. They are the ones who require our services, not the other way around.
As we're walking through here, does anything about this base seem extraordinary?
Are you walking through the base?
Well,
It's my
I mean,
understanding we're
he's-
still like stand off these guys,
Yeah,
right?
I'm still understanding that you're still kind of
Okay.
near the lift and kind of talking amongst yourself on what to do with their offer.
Okay.
All right, don't tap your desk, please.
Sorry, Phil. What the kid's mind right now is definitely. He honestly, based on how the Castle Raiders were talking, he didn't expect to meet anyone in here. I think, at least not like this. There's either going to be no one or there's going to be a fight. This does put him in a bit of a situation. There are, as Foundation has pointed out, there are options here to work with, but Yummer has a point as well with the whole moth situation. It is a moth. But it's a moth on Tatooine, so really, would I know anything about that? Like, I've lived in the Outer Rim my entire life. Did I know anything about the moths in the area or anything like that?
Of their existence? What do you mean? Would you know about moths?
Like of who they were, who this moth might be. I know it's a she, like you said, but
we can
which might be what she might have
That
done.
would be what are we? Knowledge. It's not warfare, is it? It'd be like
I didn't say Outer Rim. Knowledge Outer
yeah.
Rim. Difficulty?
If it's their existence, probably 3. If you want like more specific information about like deeds or conduct, probably like 4 purple.
4 purple. I'm going with 3 in a red. Yeah, I'll go with the 4 purple. I think that's something that's waiting for an upgrade.
If you need intelligence, I'd be happy to search my databanks.
If you need intelligence.
Even when I'm out of
Yeah,
character.
I think I will whisper over to Bix.
That's a
Do you
4.
know anything
And
about the moth in this area?
that's 4 green for me then.
All right. That's that off of your intelligence, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just
That
gonna kind of
plus
like grab the droid, like hearing him be like, "Hey, psst, dude, yeah," like I just sort of like grab the droid and just like push him by the chest back towards Kato a little bit. Like, just go over there and talk to him. Just do that,
Nice.
and still keep my eye on
Okay.
these Imperial dorks over here.
Okay, so I'm rolling 2 green, 2 yellow, and I'm going to spend a strain for intense focus to upgrade it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you are.
He's getting good value out of that. What a purchase.
That's right. Skills,
Wait till I get it.
talents.
Wait till I get it again.
Boom.
What?
Ooh.
That's so
You
wacky. I
don't
hate
know
how
it.
this represents that.
But you get stuff.
Oh.
You
so-
know her birthday and her
Yeah.
favorite drink, but
That's-
not her name or her existence.
Yeah, because you don't know of any moths in the area, but somehow 2 really good positive things happen on the side,
You know, 2 other
or
cool stuff.
one massive positive thing by combining them.
Let me have a look here. What can I?
Maybe you know who this person was, like not as a moth, but like some weird personal detail about them.
That could
You know,
be
like-
that could be an option. You could have some sort of you know something kind of elusive on the side once you do meet them, and be kind of like, oh, I know that this happened, or
You're my cousin.
oh god, that would be Star Wars.
What do you
too.
mean I was fucking my cousin?
I'd be worried about the genetic families with the species cross species on that one, but
Yeah.
No, John. Embarrassing the time you got caught fucking your cousin. She's not my cousin.
And or the other part of the triumph could be maybe with a little bit you could spin, like maybe you can just get these guys to be willing to like circumvent talking to the boss and just like get the stuff and get out just with like them, and just kind of like you change the negotiations to not having the boss involved if you don't want to deal with them off.
The problem is this wasn't a negotiation role, so it's kind of like, can I really spin that off of it?
To change the narrative of how, because you're kind of in a bit of a
Fair enough,
talk
actually.
of things, right? They're offering to give you to
Yeah,
the boss to
fair,
talk
fair.
about their passage. You could change that to being like, no, how about we just sort it? We don't have to worry about her. We'll get you guys off. You guys really want to get off this rock, don't you? Into a fresh shower and clothes and food, and yeah, come on, let's go before she knows, and like you can just like sweep bunch of
Yeah, just get him out from under. Yeah.
weak-minded Imperials.
that plan.
So that's an option. That'd be a way of spending your triumph as well.
That's the better plan.
we can tell them the climbing gear's there. If they just climb out, they can get out of here.
Nah, they'll come with us.
I think
Dude, I'm a slaver. Like, I don't get. I'll put them in fucking binders and bolas and stack bodies on bodies in like a truck.
Oh.
I don't give a shit.
I was just gonna vent them out the airlock once we got payment.
Well, yeah, that's all. So much the better. You know, like, yeah, all right, Bix.
so.
Like the way you're thinking over here. Just in terms of sneaking them out for now.
All right, Mark, what do you think?
I think Kato's idea is he's going to try and get the party to different areas where they need to be. Excuse me, my Imperial friends. I know that meeting a boss is important to you right now, but time is of the essence. I'm sure you are aware of the war zone up above you.
Oh, yeah, we've been hearing and catching little glimpses of it here and there.
Yes, quite. Now, it's important that you get out of here, and I can understand talking with your moth about leaving before that, but preparations should probably be made in order to move you as swiftly as possible. If I may suggest sending my good friends, Mr. Bix off to have a look at your medical supplies, the sort of things you would need to take with you. And of course, my good friend, my associate here, Mr. Joma, will be able to have a look at your gear and equipment, the sort of things you do not want to leave behind, certainly.
Yeah, an inventory of sorts.
Precisely.
You don't want to talk. What? Like, so you'll get us off?
No,
You'll
you
get us-
misunderstand me. I will be talking with him off, as will my good friend Tarka here. He points, smiling to the Trandoshan.
Like the
But my
loud down at them.
associates. Sorry, are you looking at them? Well, my associates will be handling your other affairs.
So you don't want to talk. We're just gonna get off the planet now. You're gonna bring us with you.
Will there be some negotiations along the way? Of course, but
What?
until then,
What? I mean,
We
you're
need to
taking
move, do you
you're
not?
taking our stuff. I mean, isn't that enough? I mean, come on,
Are you
man.
simpletons? You come with
Hey.
us.
Hey, easy,
You're
big guy. No,
overthinking it.
I mean, come on. You get take care of yourself. We just want to get off the rock. I mean, get us to the nearest main junction. I mean, we don't.
This is part of the deal, Worm.
you're
You
overthinking
come
it
with
far too
us. We provide safe passage. We take medical supplies. Your alternative is you lie dead here and your flesh clogs the spaces between my fangs.
I mean, pretty gruesome death and all. I don't know if I'd be taking that choice, but it is your choice to take. I don't want to rob you of it.
And I wipe some thirsty
He,
drool from my mouth.
I think he's giving Tarka the thumbs up, yeah, you got it. You told him.
My friend makes a terrifying, it's very accurate point.
So you're gonna take the stuff, and we'll have to still work out some price otherwise.
Yes,
How expensive are you guys?
perhaps that is a good question your moth should be asking me. Now, let us continue on our way while my associates go about their business. Shall we?
Yeah.
Clap his hand on the guy's back and kind of push him forward.
Yeah, I roll my eyes. As my captain said, we'll worry about that later. Our time is wasting. Move.
Yeah, like
He'll look back to Bix and Jomer and be like,
he nervously turns around as you shove him forward basically and lead towards the a command room, I guess is the equivalent of it.
yeah.
Quaint. Yeah, it's a relatively quaint little room. It's not a massive command center like on the bridge of a Star Destroyer or anything like that. There's not a lot of excess space. It's a very cramped kind of set of consoles and input monitors and whatnot. There's no grand view screen or anything like that. But yeah, you went to the room with a few of them, maybe 3 of them led Bix to the medical supplies, 3 of them led Jomer over to some equipment, and then you followed with 3 more into this other room that's got another 3 to 6 of these guys kind of at their stations and everything. And there's a woman standing in the center room with her arms clasped behind her back. I can't do it because sitting down makes it too difficult to kind of get the where you're grabbing wrist to wrist, but behind your back.
Yeah.
And you do catch maybe on one of the small central screens in the console in front where there's a display of a damaged Raider class Corvette and a bunch of commands and codes and a countdown clock that seems to be displayed on it that you see with a number that's slowly ticking down as people are working away. And you enter the room and you hear the So who were they? Did you deal with the vagrants that got in here? I didn't hear much blaster fire. Must have been a stray.
Stray, that is a new one, I think. I admit I have not been keeping track before.
Rick, the head kind of perks up and she turns and... What the hell are you leading them in here for? Why are they not dead, soldier?
Oh,
Not
we're
you, not you, Joe.
we're
You're over by the equipment.
Yeah,
okay.
you know, we're split off here.
Yeah. Sorry if I didn't make that clear. So yeah, Kato or Tarka.
Yeah, I don't want to give the Imperial like bitch boy a chance to speak. I just want to like walk up to this, presumably, this is like an Imperial female officer, right? Yeah, I just want to walk up to her, just stand right next to her. I'm a Trandoshan. I'm verging on 7 feet tall, right, and just be like, "Your men have surrendered to us. I suggest you do the same."
My men are desolate, desperate individuals who will probably bend over backwards if I need a fucking...
Kizka.
What? I need like a Tatooine animal.
What are you looking for?
Tatooine animal
Oh.
or something.
Java.
Bantha, do-rat. Two-back. Just want a womp rat.
Womp rat.
Yeah, probably. I guess we'll womp rat. I guess that's fine. My men are desperate individuals that probably bend over backwards if a womp rat offered the to get them off. But I can assure you, if it comes down to it, they will accept proper orders. Now, what is this about? Why are you even in here? Aren't you supposed to be out there killing yourselves in a battlefield over... Gestures around to the environment.
If there was anything out there that I wanted, I would be. Unfortunately, as I've come to understand it, everything I'm looking for is in here.
Oh,
And in exchange for your safe transport off of this planet, Ms. Moff, I am more than willing to take it off of your hands.
you don't look like those I contacted before. Why are you offering
Consider
passive?
us. I'm gonna say, consider us slightly more advanced than your average pirates. We
Filth
offer
all the
good
same.
services in exchange for your own.
Filth all the same, but I guess I would be neglectful if I were to not see a certain opportunity, since you have not fired first and we have yet to fire. So what are you proposing? I think we might have lost Morik. Yep.
Indeed. Oh, no, there is.
We need an answer.
Yeah. No, we can't hear you. Try restart. Oh, just the way things are sometimes. This technical difficulty brought to you by Discord. The best and worst thing in the internet since 20...
Since Skype.
Yeah, pretty much.
True.
That's a cellular phone.
Although Skype was even... It still is bad. They still haven't
It's
improved it.
Yeah,
You
Skype's
want to
all.
see a poster child for missed opportunity? Skype during the pandemic.
Yep.
Yep.
You don't Skype anyone anymore. You Zoom chat. You Zoom
Yep.
with them.
I would use
Well,
Zoom, but that's a subscription service.
Yeah, I use that.
Zoom
Starting apparently use that at work.
did a really good marketing campaign during the pandemic. So.
Yeah. I thought you could use Zoom limited. I think it's like an hour.
Yeah, it doesn't work for what I would need it for.
Nope.
But yeah, some people capitalized on the situation, and then there's Skype.
Crud.
Well, he was kind of important to the narrative, and since we can't get that cleared up, I guess we're just going to call it a bit early. You know, not too bad, only about 15 minutes or so, but a lot better than last week. So we'll just give it a rest there. Nice tense cliffhanger, thanks to Kato. And we'll see how this negotiation for this interesting little turn of events, and probably a hot pursuit out of the base, which might be an interesting bit of sequence. And we'll cover that for a proper episode 5 next week. Hope you all enjoyed it, and take it easy.